What is good, guys? This is Amor94 again, featuring the high-grade 1144 scale Core Gundam and the Earth Armor. Technically, I'll also review the Earthree Gundam. This is a Daban model kit, by the way. I mean, I have no proof, but I think pretty much the people who sell it say it's made by Daban model despite not adding their logo in the box anymore. Regardless, it's still a bootleg kit. Issues are still there and will never go away. Basically, the common thing I encountered in building this kit is just the need for trimming the pegs, and surprisingly, I expected a couple more issues, but I guess the plastic is getting better. There are no stress marks unless you really force the plastic to have one. Overall, a good kit as it is. The PFF-X7 Core Gundam is a Gunpla appearing in Gundam Build Divers Re. Based on the RX-7II Gundam, it is built and piloted by Hiroto Kuga. The planet system is a mechanic that the Core Gundam uses to dock with parts carried on support mechas named after the various planets of the solar system to form various Gundams. For this review, we have the Earth Armor. This is the support mecha for the Core Gundam, which consists of combination parts for the Earthree Gundam, a well-balanced form. We'll get to that later on in the review. This Core Gundam's real-life size is 14.1 meters, where it's actually cute compared to the Granddaddy Gundam that is 18 meters tall. Just like the Build Strike Gundam review, I don't know why the internet says that it has a real-life scale. Although they technically write it in the anime, I guess. Sorry for mild spoilers. Stickers, stickers, stickers. Can you believe this? I have nothing else bad to say about this because I'm impressed with Bandai minimizing the color separation through the usage of stickers. But since this is a Daban model kit, I lowered my expectations when it comes to the adhesiveness of the stickers, and to my surprise, it's actually great. There are some cuts that are off from what it's supposed to, but it's not that noticeable. Overall, I'm really impressed. Gundam Build Divers Re is actually my favorite anime series in the Gundam Build series, since it mixes the idea of loving Gunpla, but at the same time the story is not light-hearted and is actually heavy themed, at least in my opinion. You guys might want to check it out, but I highly recommend watching Gundam Build Divers first. I literally just checked if there are any spin-off mangas and I saw Gundam Build Divers Break. It might be interesting, but I don't have any time to check it out yet. I got this kit from here, by the way, so you can check out this shop if you're interested in buying this kit. Looking into the model kit, the look is already accurate and there are no color correcting stickers. Big ups to Bandai on that. This small Gundam is actually based on the RX-7II, which honestly I wasn't able to see it, but either way it looks badass but cute at the same time. The kit was actually released October 2019 and Daban model just made a knockoff version of it fairly recently, so we can safely assume that this kit will deliver high quality compared to other bootleg kits. Looking into the kit, there are no weird plastic warping or uneven surfaces. The only concern I can think of is that Daban model's packaging can be inconsiderate at times. This might lead to some plastic plates to be warped for a bit and might lead to also warping kits' parts. Luckily, I never experienced that throughout the years of building multiple bootleg kits. Given that the plastic quality and surface detailing is great, panel lining opportunities are clean as well. There aren't many, but enough to show accents in the kit. Color scheme for the Core Gundam is pretty much what you'd expect from a standard Gundam color scheme. Red on the lower torso, blue or in this case black for the upper torso, white on the arms and legs, small yellow accents, and dark gray on the joints. When looking into the Earth Armor, it's pretty much blue all around. Shelf presence for this kit is a hit or miss. It can be too small to notice or easy to notice because it's too small. Maybe if this kit is placed beside master grade kits, this will stand out since it will look out of place in a good way. Looking into the surface even more, nub marks are almost none. Technically, the reason is that the majority of the parts have undergated technology. It's basically a molding technology that reduces nub marks, and it's commonly used for chrome parts and clear pieces. Hopefully, when they make more model kits in the future, the undergated technology is applied on every kit that will be released. Weirdly enough, it didn't reflect that much in the Earth Armor, which is quite disappointing. If it's still not well known, non-white parts, especially the darker ones, tend to have more visible nub marks, so it's quite a bummer when the Earth Armor didn't get the undergated technology treatment, for the most part. With this kit being too small, stability is pretty much no issue at all. It's so compact and the joints are tight. We'll get back on this one later on. For the Core Gundam's gimmicks, there are actually none. Well, if you count putting Core Gundam on top of the Earth Armor, there you go. For the accessories, let's start with the Core Sabers. It's practically the same as a beam saber, but the effects are shorter. It looks so cute. Next is the Core Spray Gun, a practically simple looking range weapon to choose from. Finally, the Core Shield. Honestly, it looks great, but the attachment is placed in a weird position, so it looks also weird when you try to pose it with a kit. And it's also not that stable. Oh, you can also use this adapter on the back to store the shield and a small stand that is included in the kit. Really nice addition to pose with the Earth armor. You can pose this kit with either the spray gun or the core sabers. It looks great on any weapon, but the shield can be weird at times. Personally, I would pose this kit with the spray gun on one hand and a core saber on the other, while the shield is stored in the back with the help of the adapter. Moving on to the articulation, the head can rotate and move forward and back. Look up and down. Shoulders can also rotate with the arm itself. Arm goes out, a bicep rotation, a normal elbow bend, ball jointed wrists, torso can rotate, front skirts are on a ball joint. Feel free to separate the ball joints for individual posability. Be careful though, since it's really small. No side skirts. Hips are on a peg and hinge as well, which can kick forward, side and back at a great amount. Splits and wide stances are possible for this Gundam. Legs can bend this far. Feet can have this great pivot as well as go up and down. The joints are great in this kit. Given the size, people would normally expect that this kit is not that poseable. There are really no bad joints honestly, for now. Alright, we got one more gimmick and I literally held back this one since obviously this is the highlight. For those of you who don't know, you can attach the Earth armor to the Core Gundam.
What?
I'm not gonna go step by step on the process, but basically the parts in the Earth armor that will be placed on the Core Gundam are the V-fin, shoulder armors, the forearms, handguards, torso, and backpack as well, front and back skirts, the legs, and finally the weapons. There you go! If we run down again on its initial look, this kit suddenly becomes blue dominant in the color scheme and will surely pop out if you display it beside other colored model kits. With this kind of gimmick, you can really tell the Core Gundam has more than one armor. This is practically like an RPG character where it has many builds that can be adaptive to any situation. But for this review, let's focus on the Earth armor first. For the Earthree Gundam's case, it has the most balanced performance or stats if you'd like. But since the parts are easy to attach and remove, stability and fitting issues can be encountered. One thing to mention here is that I sanded off too much plastic on one leg since it got too tight, so this is practically not Daban or Bandai's fault except the mini wing on the back that kept popping off. If anything, the attachments are too tight that I had to sand down some parts. The most noteworthy are the wrist attachment on the forearm as well as the back skirt where I had to force those parts to be attached. Other than those mentioned, it's not that bad. Going back to the accessories, we now have the beam sabers. Basically, you just use the longer beam saber effect. Next is the beam rifle. Pretty standard but also cool looking with the extra pincer looking parts on the side. Finally, we got a bigger shield. Still standard but better looking and less awkward to pose with. Just like earlier, you can pose this kit with either the beam rifle or the beam sabers. With the shield being this good now, you can have up to 3 options to pose with. But personally, I would pose this kit with the beam rifle and the shield now while the beam saber hilts are stored in the back. One thing to mention though, the rifle has this gimmick where it can open a bit more but the instruction in the manual wasn't clear that I do not know how to pose it that way. Finally, an HG standard stand. Seriously, every kit should have a stand. Articulation wise, there's really no big change except to take note that the ankle articulation of the Core Gundam is practically the knee articulation of Earthree Gundam. The good joints will still be coming from the Core Gundam, while the bad joints will come from the Earthree Gundam. Despite that, there's really no big issue, just take care when sanding off excess plastic parts. Overall, this kit is phenomenal. The only downsides I can mention will be the nub marks on the Earth armor. If Bandai can just apply undergraded technology on every plastic part, this kit would look way better. Other than that, this kit provides many features where you can either pose it as a Core Gundam or the Earthree Gundam. Either way, it looks great. Finally, is this kit worth buying for every kind of builder? Definitely. This kit is actually easy to build and has minimal issues even for an average builder. Also, business-wise, this is a smart move where you are kind of forced to get the other armors of the planet system. I'm kinda excited once I get my hands on the V2, Mars 4, and U-Raven. So that is it guys, I hope you liked the review. I know I said that the review releases will slow down, but I'm actually pretty active on my channel. I make sure to reply to everyone, especially if there's anything asked about a kit where the answer isn't in the review. Also, I stream every now and then, so come hang out with me if you'd like. As always, don't forget to like and comment for more. Go check out my other videos if you have the time, and if you like the content you're seeing, consider subscribing. Alright, see you, peace!